J-Hebert side 95.
Hello, everyone. I'm the Wrestling Encyclopedia, Casey Gallagher.
Hello, I am Lionheart Mike Nikos.
Hello, I am the Executioner Michael X, and we're here with Mrs. Doubtfire.
Hello,
Charming.
Beautiful.
And welcome to the Indy Force.
That intro is be worth it.
And I love how we go from frickin' can't be moved, can't be rocked, and then we just go to hello.
Listen, if somebody
Hey, you gotta have ups and downs.
Gimmick, I'd watch.
You gotta have fun sometime.
Why he is why.
Come on, James. You know, match beginning, middle, and end.
James, if you get the chance, I sent you the clip on Facebook. So.
Yeah, I'll edit it in, motherfucker. All right.
All right, listen, it's gonna be fucking hilarious when you watch it. Okay.
All right. Anyway,
fucking funny.
So,
in any case, hello, Noggers.
Yes, we are here, and we are going to be predicting for 3 different shows. Now, 2 of them will be for Owen's league as well, the Rundown. We are
terrible
putting ourselves back in. Oh, come on now. Anyway, we're gonna
5
put
out of 0 stars. Terribly.
What?
5 out of 0 stars. It's terrible. It's so bad. I couldn't even get past the 1 star on zeros.
-2 out of 6 stars. I'm going the frick home into bed.
0 out of 6 stats.
-5 out of 5, and I want to kill myself at 5 guys.
So, yeah, if you guys want to see that, you know, all that stuff will be there.
9 guys, burgers and fries.
And make sure you turn the notification bell on if you're already subscribed, and if you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Smash a like on the video. Make sure you leave a comment. Tell us how stupid we are. I don't care. Or say
you wouldn't be wrong.
I mean, I don't care. Either boost up our egos or tear us down. Just like
we're not perfect.
and if you're trying to build us up, my God, you really have something wrong with you.
I don't even build myself out. No. That might be a
build yourself out. What?
I meant to say build myself up. That might be a personal
problem. A fucking appetite.
Yeah, I eat all the food. But anyway, yeah. So we'll be
all the food that I don't get to.
We'll be here again along with the rundown. We will be doing live reactions to NXT TakeOver Cardiff and All Out. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. You will see those videos on this very channel. So make sure you stay subscribed. And yeah, we're pretty much back. This is the new series. You're going to be seeing a lot more of this in I would say every other week, maybe every other month. Whenever we decide to post, you'll see us post. We'll be posting a lot of predictions. We'll be going over different highlighted news stuff from the world of independent wrestling. And really the only, if we do talk about WWE, it's only going to be NXT until Vince ruins that. And then, you know,
I mean, I can simplify the main roster in like a couple sentences. If you want to.
Yeah, please.
Okay, I got to call upon my good friend over here. Just 2 seconds. Okay. All right, what the fuck is this garbage that I've been watching for the past couple of fucking weeks? I've been sitting here wanting to cry into a bottle of fucking gin. It's so terrible. It makes kids want to drown in rivers of tears. It's so fucking bad.
You say, Luke, you say just kids, adults as well. Hi, how you doing?
You're gonna make those ugly women cry.
What makes you think those little bastards are by themselves?
Anyway, that being said, yeah, so you'll be seeing a lot more of this. For right now,
excellent.
Sorry, for right now, we're going to be predicting for 3 shows. 2 of them are going to be for Owen's Rundown, and the other one's just going to be between ourselves, as well as the other 2 shows.
For the lulz.
Yes.
I had a realization, James.
Meme review. Rundown edition.
Anyway, continue. Mike.
I had a realization because of the amount of voices I do for WIW.
Yeah.
I have become perfect Cell.
You're not wrong.
I am 9 guys, burgers and fries.
Soon you'll be 10 guys.
No, that's you and me, James.
I shut up, woman.
Together, you and I make 10 guys.
Listen, okay.
That
Oh,
That
sounds.
is what an Indian man names his 10th child is Tenson.
I thought it was gay porn until you explained it was cannibalism, Casey. And either way, it sounds horrible.
It's not even supposed to be cannibalism. We're just fat fucks.
We don't equal 10 guys.
Bullshit. We eat enough for 10.
We eat enough for 4.
You guys eat enough for 4. I don't eat.
Anyway.
Yeah,
Wait,
you just
don't
drink
eat?
you just drink all the Lucha Brothers water.
0.
Soon this will
Water.
be Zero, Nero, or Miedo because we kept getting that wrong for a while now.
To be fair, when you hear a crowd of like fucking 30,000 people screaming at once, you go, it
Yeah,
just
right.
gets lost in the clutter of what the
It really does. So we can't give James shit for that.
Subscribe if you want to hear more of this random banter. And in the meantime, we're going to try to get back on topic. So, the first show that we are going to be predicting for is New Japan Pro Wrestling's Royal Quest show, which is going to be held in London, England. And I believe it's going to be Royal Albert Hall. I believe.
I can double check on that.
I believe it is. And there's a lot of matches on this card involving Chaos and Bullet Club and Suzuki Gun. I swear these factions will never stop warring with each other.
Well,
like
why
every-
would they? Why would they? It's good TV.
Suzuki Gun for the win because Taka Michinoku's in it.
Yes. And Minoru Suzuki.
Shinaki.
And Minoru Suzuki. Minoru Suzuki's best.
Taka's the only one that matters.
Bullshit, dude. You say that, but then Minoru Suzuki, though.
For us, he's the only one that matters for our show.
Well, yeah, but that's for
Yeah,
our show.
let's be honest.
But with that being said, this is basically going to be a lot of. There's going to be new guys on here. The first match is a 6-man tag involving Young Lions, which I'm not a. I know that the last name of one of the guys is Taguchi, Umino, and Narita. If I tried to pronounce the full name, I'm gonna fuck it up. And they're going to be facing. They're going to be facing.
Naruto, James. That is Naruto that you are attempting to say, and he says that you
No,
should
it's Narita. It's definitely not Naruto.
Narita.
That is my son,
Yeah,
Naruto.
Narita.
And by the way, this is emanating from the Copper Box Arena,
Well,
which
I fucked that up.
which I believe is actually not far away from the Royal Albert Hall, but could be wrong.
Well, I mean, I heard World Quest, I think, of Royal Albert Hall, but I digress.
Don't blame me there.
They will be fighting Rocky Romero, Sho, and Yo of Roppongi 3K.
Wait, did you say Sho and Yo?
Yes. Yes, that is their names, yes.
Think you
All
heard.
right. I'm sorry. Where are we?
Japan.
You keep getting all these fucking Pop-Tarts, woman. Jesus Christ. But in any case, Sho and Yo, were they just like, we can't call ourselves Yo-Yo. We'll be the Yo-Yo brothers.
So they wanted to be called Sho and Yo. Yeah, I don't know.
Sho and
But
Yo.
anyway.
So they're just
Second episode, you
Shoyo.
were-
Yeah, so I'm going to go with Rocky Romero and his group, the Roppongi 3K, because I know them the most, and I don't think the Young Lions will pick up the win on their first televised match. The New Japan doesn't typically do that, so I'm going to go with Roppongi 3K for the win.
I'm gonna agree.
I'm gonna have to disagree because New Japan does like promoting new talent. It would make the most sense to have a new upstart group making their way in. So I'm gonna have to disagree with you boys.
Okay, so you got Young Lions. What about you, Nikos?
I'm also going to have to choose Young Lions.
All right.
And I'm
Fair
not
enough.
saying that because I'm biased. It's just
Because you're
Bullshit.
Let me explain. I mean, I prefer to see some new talent, not from the name-based sake.
Fire.
See, Mike knows.
Yeah.
You big fucking lying cunt, and you know you.
Anyway,
The truth.
All that said,
next up is Kota Ibushi and Juice Robinson taking on from the Bullet Club, Yahiro Tagahishi and Hokkaido. I'm totally fucking these up. Hokkaido,
James,
yeah.
just send me
Drink
the
every time James says a name wrong.
James, just send me them and I'll read them. Okay.
Yeah, hold on, I'll send it to you.
I am somewhat
Gallant right there.
I am somewhat fluent in Japanese to a small degree.
It's Royal Quest that you want, the first one I just sent you. But
Is it
yeah.
the actual thing?
I'm gonna go with Kota Ibushi and Juice Robinson. Kota just won the G1. He needs to keep that momentum going, and Juice Robinson needs momentum after losing the United States title to Moxley over in Japan. So I'm going to go with these guys. I don't think the Bullet Club has to win every match, especially if there's really no titles on the line. So I'm going with Kota and Juice.
I'm going to have to agree.
I will also have to agree. And taking it a step further, you said Juice Robinson just lost the IWGP US title to Jon Moxley?
Yes.
Well, Moxley, as we all know, just went down with a bout of MRSA, which means I'm pretty sure he had to relinquish that title.
Yeah, so regardless, he needs to gain momentum.
Yes,
so.
Juice Robinson needs that momentum in order to get back into the title picture. So hopefully, at least from his point of view, he can eventually win that belt back. Therefore,
Jim, we're looking at the Royal Quest card.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, Royal Quest.
Yes, yeah. Royal Quest.
How has Atari not sued these assholes for that name yet? Welcome to Kingdom's Quest.
Well, it's Royal Quest. I don't know. Anyway, continue.
And for me, I guess I'll have to say carry unanimously. I'm also going to have to go with Juice Robinson and the other one.
And Kota Ibushi.
Yes.
Yes, of course. All right. Well, there you go.
Well, if we're wrong on this match, we're all going to look like the dumb fucks we are.
For a second, I was thinking of throwing a wrench in there and say, all right, I'll just vote for the opposing team. But since I don't know too much about them, I mean, I suppose like what James said.
you're a new viewer. I sent you all three cards, by the way, Nikos.
Oh, thank you. I just got those.
Simple Noah. Oh boy.
Yeah, but anyway,
Oh boy.
Anyway, with that being said, Tetsuya Naito and Sonata.
I have to, James, I'm going to cut you there. That's my fucking pick because I know how both of those two are in the ring and they're incredible. Jay White and Chase Owens, who are very good workers. In comparison, I think Naito and Sonata need the win.
Well, Chase Owens is also almost always the fall guy in the Bullet Club. Like, almost always.
Which is absolutely fine because you kind of need that one member of the group. Great example with our show, Little Andre's kind of like the fall guy of the group.
Yeah, and Chase Owens is like Little Andre. So, I'm gonna go with Naito and Sonata. Basically, this is Chaos versus Bullet Club.
That's an incredible tag team name.
Yeah, this is Chaos, by the way. Chaos versus Bullet Club. Naito and Sonata are representing Chaos, while Jay White and Chase Owens are representing the Bullet Club.
Yeah, and not to mention, Bullet Club just brought in Kenta, a.k.a. Hideo Itami.
In the fucking NWO?
Well, you gotta know, he's not in the match.
Yeah, no. I'm saying in terms of booking standpoint, you don't want him to be seen as too unstoppable after having brought in basically the Ric Flair of Japan. Yeah. So yeah, I got a feeling Chase Owens is gonna eat the fall, and Naito and Sonata are walking out of there with their hands raised.
Yeah, I would
Yeah,
agree.
I can't disagree. James, if you want to read the first team, I'll read the second one.
Yeah, well, but first, what about you, Nikos? Who do you pick?
Also-
Bullet Club or Chaos?
Also, can I get these cards?
Yes.
This is actually pretty tough to beat, but considering the circumstances on both teams, I'm gonna have to side with Naito and Sonata. I think they're really good fighters, really good team. They have good strategies.
Plus,
Bullet Club,
fucking Naito.
Yeah, it's
true. Bullet Club is good, but I don't really think they might go the distance with this match. So, yeah, Saito and Sonata, definitely.
Yeah, well, considering the fact that Naito is going to be probably getting a Intercontinental Championship match at some point in the future.
Yeah, he kinda-
In fact, no, he already is the. I'm sorry, my mistake. He already is the Intercontinental
And-
Champion.
You kind of
Really?
need that title to have some strength to it, so you need the champion to not lose for a little while till he actually needs the upset victory. I guess.
Agreed. Agreed. Also, jumping ahead slightly before we move to the next match, because I got a quick question. RPW, is that Royal Pro Wrestling or Revolution Pro Wrestling?
Revolution Pro.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right.
Yeah, Rev Pro.
If it's Zack Sabre Jr., it's Revolution, bro.
It
Yeah.
is Zack Sabre Jr. Okay.
Yep.
that's
Okay.
Revolution.
So, with that being said, speaking of Revolution Pro,
Here comes Will Ospreay.
Will Ospreay and Robbie Eagles representing Chaos, fighting Taiji Ishimori and El Phantasmo of the Bullet Club.
I have to go with Ishimori and El Phantasmo. I think they're going to be incredible together.
I'm gonna go with Ospreay and Eagles just because it's in England, and that's kind of at least in the case of Ospreay, it's in his hometown. I
Sure.
know Eagles is Canadian, but still, I'm gonna go with Ospreay.
When does Hawkfield show up and just pile drive these motherfuckers through the mat? Wolf
Nikos?
Hawkfield.
Possibly.
Nikos?
I'm gonna have to go with Kashimori and El Phantasmo. Oh my god, those just two, they work together so well.
Yeah, they do. They always have.
I'm gonna have to disagree with all of you because the main winner tonight is gonna be the tag team, the greatest tag team wrestler of them all, Berserker. My love for you is like a truck berserker. You
Anyway.
and me, we make fuck berserker.
Anyway, continue, Nico.
The originator
Casey.
of Huss.
All right.
So yeah, I'll say that Kashimori and El Phantasmo will take this.
As tempting as it is to side with Bullet Club on this one, because they could really use the momentum from coming in and dethroning the hometown hero, I feel like Ospreay's just got too much hometown pride on his side. I feel like Ospreay and Eagles are going to take it.
But here's where the major question comes in. Does Ospreay truly need the win? He has already proved so fucking much. I feel like you need the heels to gain a win tonight, and it would be very helpful.
We'll get to the heels. We'll get to the heels, actually.
I know, just that the heels going into this is the Bullet Club, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
Yes.
It helps to have the heels gain a
The
little
Bullet
bit of-
Club-
I see what you mean there. Like,
In terms of, yeah.
it just gets a little bit more and more repetitive. You know, it just kind of
Yeah.
seems too easy for this. So
Yeah.
yeah, the
Yeah,
heels
in
definitely
terms
need-
of in terms of from a purely booking standpoint, Bullet Club have been pretty much the de facto heels of New Japan for the past, God, almost 10 years at this point.
Yeah.
that long.
longer than the
but-
NWO.
Yeah, but
Way
They are
longer.
but they're so fucking over with the fan base that nobody is ever gonna boo them.
Yeah. But I think
Actions faced by crowd.
we'll see
Right.
what happens. We'll see what happens there.
Now we're getting
Um,
a fucking juicy bit here.
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah, so the IWGP Tag
Oh.
Team Champions Championship, the Gorillas of Destiny of Tama Tonga and Tangaloa, also
Oh,
representing
shit.
Bullet Club, will face the winners of the Revolution Pro Wrestling Road to Royal Quest tournament. Now, here's the deal, and I'm just going to be honest with everybody here. We have not paid enough attention to Revolution Pro to go against the Gorillas of Destiny, so we're going to go with GOD here.
I agree. Besides,
Mostly, I think.
Besides, anybody who gets in the ring with the two Samoans of Bullet Club,
I'm gonna have to disagree with you boys.
that's a bad freaking day.
All
I'm
right.
gonna have to disagree with you boys because if it will probably be the better team to walk out with the IWGP fucking titles being the Bullet Club, but I'm gonna have to disagree for the fact of the tournament winners need that extra push, and it would be very fucking helpful if they gain that extra push.
I feel like if they were going to do that, though, they would be getting contracts. I don't believe they're getting contracts yet.
But
Because New Japan's very strict. You have to go through their dojo before you even get it onto TV. Like, Jay White had to do it. Everybody else had to do it. So.
AJ Styles, Finn Balor.
Which is fine, and that's probably not a major issue because they're New Japan Pro Wrestling, and it's probably just for the night, and then they lose it on a house show a couple weeks later. But it's still the fact that you need the tournament winning team to still be strong after a tournament.
I think they want to keep the guys that are going to be there for the long haul strong, and then if they want to challenge them again at, say, Wrestle Kingdom, then you can do that. I don't think they're going to
we'll
take
see
the belts off GOD.
Yeah, we will see what happens. It's going to be a good match regardless.
Oh, obviously. Then we have the Never Open Weight Championship.
Tomohiro Ishii versus Kenta.
You're one letter off there. It's Tomohiro.
Tomohiro Ishii. Kenta's taking this. Kenta's
absolutely.
He just joined Bullet Club in probably the hottest angle New Japan's ever done.
The Japanese Ric Flair heel turn. Oh, Kenta is totally taking this. I am all behind Hideo Itami for this match.
Yeah, Kenta's winning. Kenta's winning, no question about it.
I agree.
Second.
Yeah, there you go. It's pretty much unanimous on all our parts here. Kenta's winning the Openweight Championship. And now for the Revolution Pro Wrestling
Championship.
Yes. Now, I swear to God, these guys are going to just fight forever for this fucking title. Zack Sabre Jr. versus Hiroshi Tanahashi. I saw this just to put this in perspective. If this sounds familiar,
you saw this
because
at the
it
G1
is.
Climax.
I saw this at the G1 Supercard.
You saw this. Yeah. You saw this in New York.
Yes, I saw this in New York.
Was it good?
It was great. It was great. But man, they got to stop doing this match. I feel like they do this match. This is overkill. Obviously, Sabre Jr.'s winning.
James, it's the new Ric Flair versus Sting. It's always going to be a great match, but you know that you're going to continue to see no matter what.
Yeah, I'm going with Sabre Jr. here.
And I'm going with Tanahashi.
I don't know why. It's in England.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't care.
Tanahashi,
you got
why not? Make it interesting.
I'm going with.
Tanahashi doesn't matter when it comes to title.
Yeah.
Tanahashi lost every single time he's ever fought Sabre Jr. for this damn title.
Well, we'll see.
Could give him a chance. You'll never know. Maybe some miracle will happen on that night.
I don't see Hiroshi Tanahashi pulling a Kenny Omega in this match. I got to go with Zack Sabre Jr.
Yeah.
Again, we all have our own opinion, but I hope it's Tanahashi because he's an incredible in-ring worker.
He is absolutely. Nobody's disputing that.
Here's what I
wait every time.
Here's what I will say. Here's what I will say about that. The problem with that is he is going into this injury. He's been injured. I don't know why he's still wrestling, but I guess it's just because he's Tanahashi. But still,
he's Hiroshi Tanahashi, and fuck you.
But they're obviously going to have to at least have him take time off at some point. I say that this match is going to end with Sabre Jr. And you also got to remember in the go-home shows leading up to this, Taka's actually not been in his corner. Because Taka's had other businesses to take care of in the promotion he runs over in Japan.
He's with us.
Yeah, well, that has nothing to do with it.
Digital.
Quote unquote.
A digital version of him is with
But
us.
he's taking care of that, and also since he's not been in this corner, J-Hebert Jr.'s actually lost not title defenses but regular one-on-ones. That's the reason why I went with Sabre on that.
Because Sabre needs to prove that he can do it on his own.
Yeah, without Taka in his corner. With that being said, here's the main event. And this is going to be
my God.
IWGP Heavyweight Championship of the World, Kazuchika Okada versus Minoru Suzuki.
Do you want my honest opinion?
That's why we're here.
You can go for it.
I can't go against Suzuki-gun. They're so fucking good.
Well, especially the leader of Suzuki-gun.
He's so...
Yeah, Minoru Suzuki himself.
I would love it if...
But I know my pick's flawed because I know Okada's going to win.
Yeah,
but I won't back down for Suzuki because he's so fucking good in the ring.
So you're going to go with Suzuki even though you probably know it won't happen.
I know it won't happen. So if I'm wrong, I'm fine with it. Either way, I'm right. It doesn't matter.
So who are you picking then? Like
I'm going with Suzuki, even though I know at the end of the night Okada's gonna win.
Okay. I'm going with Okada. As much as I love for Suzuki to finally get the IWGP heavyweight title, because god damn it, that guy's deserved it after all he's given to this business. How old is he now? He's like 54 or something like that.
He is old.
And he's still going like a madman, dude.
And Okada, how old is he?
He's young. He's got many more years.
Okada's like late 20s, early 30s. He's around my age.
Yeah,
maybe a little older.
I would say I'm gonna have to go with Okada. I can't go against the Rainmaker, especially when he does the twisting tombstone and leading into it. So,
in other words, the fuck you tombstone.
Yeah.
I can go against the Rainmaker because you can easily counter it into a Sister's Abigail, which I'm shocked nobody's done yet. Uses fucking momentum to that move.
Yeah, true. Not even mention that, but yeah, no, I'm going with Okada. Nikos, who are you going with?
I'm just thinking about this, like, after the fight is over. Like, what would happen if Suzuki would win the title? Like, I have a feeling it won't be for long. I mean, the guy's old, but it would be nice if he would actually gain that title just once in his life.
You say that, but ironically enough, he was actually the longest reigning never openweight champion in history, which included people from all weight classes. And he brutalized all of them. You could just copy paste what he did with the never openweight title and make that his IWGP title run.
And of course, you got Okada is young blood. You know, obviously he'd be more faster, more stronger, but Suzuki is more experienced within his age, and it would be nice for him to at least grasp that championship just once. It wouldn't be for a long run, but just once. So I could be wrong about this. I mean, this could be like a speed versus old, like, technique type of fighter, but you know what? Just to make it more interesting, I'm going to have to go with Suzuki to be champion just this one time. Given to his age and given to prove to everyone else that even at this old age, he can still do it. He can still go the distance, win the championship. Even if it's not going to be for a long run, it will be well worth it, though, in the end. So, Suzuki. Now, I could be wrong about this, but in the end, who really wins all this aside from the champions?
We do, because we get to see the barn burner match.
Oh, it's an incredible match, no matter who wins. But this may not be barely legal, but I believe it's safe to say that Minoru Suzuki is pretty much the Terry Funk of New Japan.
Yeah.
ECW put their World Heavyweight title on Terry Funk at Barely Legal as a way of saying thank you for everything you've given to this business. Why would it not make sense for New Japan to do the same for Minoru Suzuki? Especially if he can still go at pretty much the same rate as the younger guys.
I have a question for you, Casey. Is he a Japanese wrestler? Is your fucking answer, because for some reason those guys maintain their cardio up to the point where they're like in their 60s. And if you want the best example of a Asian professional wrestler that no, he's not even that fucking old. Stop putting your 2 cents in and shit that you don't know what we're talking about. Woman, god damn you. That would be fucking Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
I'm pretty sure he's still wrestling.
He's still wrestling and he's old as fuck and he can still go at his age. That's insane.
Dude, like 2 weeks from now, he's going to be in Brockton.
You know a guy who could really go at his age and has even gotten better at his age and adapted? You want to talk about a guy Ricky Morton from the Rock and Roll Express. That dude's pulling out Canadian destroyers at 60.
Are you fucking me?
Yeah.
I would have to disagree with you, James, because the only wrestler in the world to continue to do what he's doing is Jimmy Superfly Snuka, because he's still a murderer.
Whoa. All right.
Moving on.
We're gonna move on to the next pay-per-view here. We're gonna
Even in
move on.
death.
The Dead Man versus The Undertaker.
We are going to go for the next pay-per-view, and the lineup of the biggest summer day in pro wrestling history, up to this point anyway, is NXT UK TakeOver Cardiff.
Okay, let's speed through this, because let's be honest, with fucking bits and pieces of this are a little
Yeah.
I'm if you watched the build up, because I know a lot of us haven't actually watched the build up, it's actually not a bad card.
It's not a bad card, but I'm going to say in comparison to what we're going to be talking about later, I just want to speed through this so we can get to the juicy bit.
Yeah, we'll go as long as needed. Because I know Casey and I at least know who these guys are at the very least.
I know who some of these guys are.
So, NXT UK Tag Team Championship, Grizzled Young Veterans, which are the team of Zach Gibson and James Drake. If you don't know who Zach Gibson is, he is a hell of a talker and also a hell of a heel worker. Probably the best in pro wrestling, or at least in the UK. Versus Gallus, which contain Mark Coffey of the Coffey Brothers and Wolfgang. That group is led by Joe Coffey, who's later in this card. Versus Mark Andrews and Flash Morgan Webster, the Welsh Boys. And since this is going to be in Cardiff, Wales, a lot of people might go with the Welsh Boys, but I'm gonna go with Gallus on this.
Damn it, you stole my pick. That's who I was going for.
I have to go with Gallus because Gallus needs to win. Like if
I can't disagree with that.
Like if they're gonna do Imperium, think of it like this: if they're gonna do Walter's group Imperium versus Pete Dunne's group British Strong Style versus Joe Coffey's group Gallus in a War Games 3-way, they gotta win the tag team title, so there could be like a winner take all stip.
Which would be a hell of a main event for the next War Games takeover.
Well, I don't think it's going to be a main event. That will definitely probably be middle of the show, like the UK title match was at NXT TakeOver New York.
Yeah. Now that being said, when's the next War Games? It's supposed to be November, right?
Yeah, that's why I'm saying they need to win this now, because it may seem like a long ways away, but time kind of flies when it comes to pro wrestling and with anything really in this day and age.
Nikos, you want your pick?
I'm gonna have to go with Gallus as well. I mean, only because that they need this win bad.
They've been losing they've been losing too much to the point you got to think of it like this. Coffey got booted by Walter after his loss against Pete Dunne. And then Gallus has not had the same impact that they had when they initially showed up. They need a win badly here. And I think, by the way, we're going to say who wins and who gets the fall as well. I'm going for the Welsh boys to get the fall. They're going to be the ones to get pinned by Gallus.
I'm going to say GYV.
Same. GYV.
I'm actually...
GYV?
Yeah. I'm actually going to go with the Welsh boys eating the fall because not only do Gallus need the win, the NXT UK tag team scene needs the shot in the arm that only heel champions can provide. If you have a heel team as champions, it's the JBL effect, especially if you have one of the best heel talkers in the UK on your side. I got to go with Gallus.
Well, he does have one of the best. They do have one of the best, but you also got to remember Zach Gibson is the best in that case, just because he's in this match in GYV. He's been incredible on the microphone. He gets heat like no one else does in the UK. Like they do not like him, but he's incredible in the ring, and they don't like to admit it. And he knows it, and he embraces it, and that's what I love about Zach Gibson.
Also, a really quick rib, if you don't mind me pulling this out. Really, Owen? Really? The Birdman of Boston? Are you fucking kidding me?
For the record, we're using Noah's cards just so that way we know that we have the matches in front of us without having to look it up all of a sudden because he had them done previously. This is from... If you guys want to check out the show, it's NXT Party with Stefan and Jerry over on Aaron Rift on NoDQ.com. They help review NXT UK with Owen, and Owen's nickname is the Birdman of Boston.
For some,
I don't think he came up with that. I think somebody else did.
It's still fucking terrible.
It wasn't his idea. I think he would, because he calls himself just the Birdman. But who knows?
I'm just imagining now just Owen in a bird costume just flying around the city of Boston.
You just see him in a freaking... You just see him circling around the Prudential building like a vulture.
Meanwhile, people are thinking or mistaking him for the Mothman.
All you hear is his mating call. Moonsault.
God damn it.
A lot better than what I thought it was going to be.
Anyway.
Owen, face it now. You are never going to live that down.
No, well, he never lives anything, though. But anyway, we shall now continue with Noam Dar versus Travis Banks.
Travis Banks.
Yeah,
submission victory.
This is another guy who needs the win. So yeah, I went with Banks as well.
I'm going Travis Banks submission victory.
I mean, but it doesn't matter if it's a pinfall or something.
If I get it, fuck it, I'm getting an extra point. I'll just fucking put it on myself.
Okay.
I'll just throw it up on the list and go, actually, I beat all of you with my extra point.
Fuck you.
Yeah, right. Nikos, go ahead.
I'll say Travis Banks, but not by submission. I want to say catch finisher.
So pinfall.
Pinfall.
Yeah. Well, catch finisher into the pinfall.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. I'm also going to say Travis Banks, but I have a sneaking suspicion Noam Dar is going to pull it out somehow.
Are you going with Travis, though?
Yes.
All right, yeah, I'm going with Travis, so that's unanimous. And...
Watch, we're all going to be fucking wrong.
I would hope not, because... God damn
know.
it, Travis Banks. Dude, you can't... This guy should not be jobbed out here. It really shouldn't. And for some reason, and I don't get why, You know what it is? It's probably the fact that there is no mid-card championship in UK yet. So, like wins for these guys really are gonna matter. You gotta have it for Banks. Now we move on to a juicy bit. The Bomber,
Lord.
Dave Mastiff versus the Iron King, Joe Coffey, in a last man standing match. These two have just been having brawls back and forth.
Joe Coffey's a tough son of a bitch.
And so is Dave Mastiff. So, oh boy. Oh boy.
Are we looking at an immovable force? No, sorry. Are we looking at an irresistible force meeting an immovable object?
Oh, yes. 100%. These are two big boys that are going to go in here and kick the shit out of each other until one person can't get up. So, that being said, Casey, you want to go first on this?
Where have I seen that before?
Seen what?
I can tell you. It's a botch fest known as Andre versus Hogan. Anyway, continue.
Yeah, we may or may not talk about that another day. Let's see. Well,
I want to keep. Let me put this in perspective. Joe Coffey needs a win because of the same reasons we said for Gallus, because he runs Gallus.
yeah.
Dave Mastiff's undefeated, however.
It's the first UK takeover. There's really not going to be a better place to break that undefeated streak. I'm going with Joe Coffey.
This is actually the second. But I get your point. First was actually TakeOver Blackpool, but yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot that was a thing.
Mike, what about you?
So did everybody else.
Who do you got? Mike?
Can I get their nicknames again?
The Bomber, Dave Mastiff,
and the Iron King, Joe Coffey.
Okay, because of his nickname alone, I have to go with the Iron King himself.
Does the Iron King sit on the Iron Throne?
No,
That's no longer there.
Why isn't he in the King of the Ring tournament? God damn it.
Because it would make too much sense. Why isn't he in the Iron Fist tournament? We'll just call him King Tekken.
Yeah.
Anyway, Nikos, what about you?
Oh boy, this is actually going to be a tough one. You know what? Make it interesting. I'm going to say Dave Mastiff.
All right.
Just now, keep in mind, does he have the streak or
he's got the streak. He's got the streak, yeah.
So I guess I'm just gonna say I'll allow him to keep that streak.
I'm gonna go with Joe Coffey. He needs to win. Gallus needs to win, and they need to look strong by the end of this pay-per-view. And I think they need to win their two matches. I mean, technically, you don't have to have Coffey to win, really, because there's nothing on the line. It's just kind of, a big hoss is fighting, but I'm still going to go with Joe Coffey. He's the Iron King for a reason. You can't really fuck him over like that, in my opinion.
Yeah, true.
But we'll see what happens. All right, now it's the first of three. It's the second of three championship matches. The NXT UK Women's Championship. Toni Storm, the champion, versus Kaylee Ray, the challenger. Now, Toni Storm and Kaylee Ray used to be really good friends. And I guess Toni did something that really offended Kylie Ray, and now she's basically being a bitter friend, and that's kind of the story of this. And
I really hope it's something as stupid as Betty going, that shirt makes your boobs look fat.
Well, the problem is,
Fat ass look fat.
Apparently, whatever she did, no one knows. We just know she did something horrible, and I don't even know. No one knows exactly what, but Kaylee Ray just kind of went on this tirade, into a personal tirade where, like, this is why your dad left you, which really happened. This is why all this stuff happened. Just basically being a scummy heel, and Toni slapped her in the face because of it on the Go Home show. or the one before the go home show.
But
So
but Kaylee Ray is mum as to exactly what it was that was done.
You see,
no, we have no idea.
Guidance sucks.
I think they're trying to keep that as. I think they're just leave it to interpretation kind of thing.
No, here's what actually, as I just said, she looked at her dead in the face. That shirt makes your boobs look fat, and it was fucking over. Friendship over because of stupid bullshit.
Sure, we'll go with that. I doubt that's the reason, but
Your lip gloss makes you cramp.
I'm going with Tony Storm to retain.
Sure.
I'm going with Tony Storm to retain. Who else wants to go?
I'll second that with you.
Mike?
I will third it.
I actually have to go with Kaylee Ray on this one.
Okay.
Reason being, you said her tirade on the Go Home show got really personal.
And Tony slapped her in the face, yes.
That is gonna...
Casey's saying that she's going to try to psychologically get into her head in order to win the match.
Yes.
Which I can understand where he's coming from. However, if you are a good babyface and you're very good at your craft, you will not allow something like that to upset you.
Yeah.
And as motivation to win the match.
I agree.
So, James, I'm really confused about the next match because I see the C for champion, but my brain is fucking with me. Oh, and really quick, ladies and gentlemen, it's the NXT UK Championship with Walter and Tyler Bate. And the reason why I'm being an idiot is because I see Walter C and my brain wants to complete it as Walter C. Dornays.
Oh, god damn it. No. It's Walter. Walter versus Tyler Bate.
White?
Or Walter, if you are of a German mindset.
I'm going with Walter.
Fuck you.
Walter. Leader of the Imperium is going to retain his title. There's no doubt about it in my mind.
I'm sorry.
His group is known as the Imperium. Yeah.
When does Tiber Septim appear in order to fucking take control back of Steelers?
Not everything has to be a video game reference, for fuck's sake.
Fuck you.
No, that's what we do.
I bet you it is.
I don't know. Just called it the Imperium because he couldn't use the name Ring Kampf because it's kind of bad.
Because it sounds like Mein Kampf.
Yes, exactly.
Also known as My Struggle, also known as his finisher should have been called The Ultimate Solution.
Oh God, no, don't. We
The
don't.
final solution.
That's a wrestler.
Anyway,
Nikos just got dropped.
Casey, we'll start with you next. Who you got?
It's going to be an absolute brawl no matter who wins. These two are going to fight each other to a bloody pulp.
Oh, did I even talk about the build? Because I know some people haven't watched it.
Me.
You do not know why.
So Mustache Mountain pretty much beat up the rest of the Imperium. They beat up Fabian Ike.
You almost called them Ring Conf, didn't
you?
Yeah.
Yeah, they beat up Fabian Eichner and Marcel Bartel and Alexander Wolf on the stage, which left Tyler Bate and Walter alone in the ring, where Tyler Bate got the one-up on Walter strategy-wise. So that was basically the go-home angle for that match.
So, hold on. Are you saying that Tyler was the master of that match?
He was the master of the beatdown. It wasn't a match. It was just a
okay.
brawl.
So are you saying that Masturbate?
Oh,
for fuck's sake! The joke is so old.
Oh, come on, it's funny.
Where's Nikos? Where'd you go, camera?
Right here.
Oh, okay. Oh, he didn't even give his predictions for Walter.
Well, neither have I yet. So.
Well, who do you got?
I'm also gonna have to go with Walter because he's gonna have to prove that he can. He's gonna have to prove that he can think on Tyler Bates' level if he wants to keep that championship. And Imperium is gonna need to look really strong by the end of the night, along with Gallus. Personally, the way I see it going is Imperium versus Gallus in War Games.
I think it should be Imperium versus British Strong Style versus Gallus in War Games. You can't leave out Pete Dunne. Because even if Tyler Bate loses here, Pete Dunne still has not returned to UK yet. He was in the regular NXT, but he has not come up to UK, so probably going to be a three-way. I would.
Was he
smart?
Yeah, not a bad idea. Was he injured? Was
no,
Pete Dunne
he just
injured?
went. He was technically injured, but then he came back on regular NXT to challenge for the North American title against Roger Strong and Velveteen Dream.
Unsuccessful, obviously.
Yeah. Now we just gotta wait. Hey Nikos, who do you got? Walter or Walter? All right, so you're going with Walter.
Because only maybe for a slight moments, or maybe the group he's in. What are they called again?
The Imperium.
Imperium.
You think they're gonna interfere?
Maybe might interfere. Maybe there will be foul play, but I'm gonna have to assume that.
Well, keep in mind, Walter's not the only one that can pull the interference card. Fabian Eichner and what was the other guy's name, James?
Well, Fabian Eichner and Marcel Bartel are with Walter. You're referring to Pete Dunne and Trent Seven of British Strong Style.
Yes, thank you. They're gonna want to make sure their boy gets it done as well. So, I could, before this match is over, we could see interference on both sides, but I honestly got to go with Walter.
Yeah. So that's unanimous. Everybody's picking Volta. All right, and that's your UK TakeOver Cardiff predictions. That will be for not only Owen's Rundown Championship, but it will also be for our own Indy Force Championship between the four of us, which, by the way, is Mike's the champion because, fuck it, we're too lazy to do another tournament. So,
yeah.
Now we get to the
main event.
The show that's going to cap off the entire wrestling weekend, All Out, from the Sears Center in Chicago, Illinois. So we're going to start off with the buy-in matches. The first match.
I'm calling one fucking thing really quick.
What?
You want your wild card fucking bonus?
Hold on.
I got it right now.
Hold on.
And I know it is, you sons of bitches.
We'll talk about it when we get to it. We're not getting to that yet. First, Angelico and Jack Evans versus Private Party. Private Party for me.
Private Party.
I'm also gonna say Private Party.
Jack Evans and Angelico.
And Nikos win.
If I win, then shit, give me the title already.
Yeah, all right. Hey, you might win both belts. You never know.
Oh, yeah.
You do not have enough cardboard to make more belts.
Well, I mean, he has his own
downstairs, so I'll start working on it immediately.
The next is the Casino Battle Royal. So, this is a female version. The winner of this is going to get a title shot for the AEW Women's title on the second week of AEW television.
Out the fucking window then. Whoops.
Well, I mean, the wild card is just a bonus point. Wild card is just a surprise bonus. So, first, your primaries, gentlemen. We're going to start with Casey. Who's your primary, who's your secondary, and who's your wild card to come into the match?
Well, my primary right now, I'm looking at this whole thing. My primary right now is Oh man, we got a good one here.
Do you
I don't know
want me
what-
to just go
No,
first?
no, I got this. I don't know why, but Yuka Sasaki is really leaping out at me.
Yugo Sakazaki, you mean?
Yeah.
I second that motion.
Well, here's the problem, though. You also got Britt Baker in there.
And you also have Brandy Rhodes,
Yeah, that's
more than
very
likely to make the appearance first.
That's my secondary.
There is Jazz. Jazz is in here.
Well,
Oh.
my secondary is Nyla Rose.
Your secondary is Nyla Rose, and then who is your wild card pick that has not been announced for this match yet? I'll give you who I picked Asia Khan, so that in a previous prediction. So my wild card's completely out of the books because she's apparently got another gig in Japan, so that's already gone. But Smiley Kylie Ray has not been seen since Double or Nothing. And there has not been real reports or substantial evidence that she's even injured at the moment. Just
You
reports
mean
that she may be
50-year-old
injured.
Bailey? Yeah.
Yes.
Old ass Bailey.
And
Bailey.
I believe who was there and other free agent females I could see coming in here are either Jordan Grace or what's her name? Believe who was the TNA female that always fought against Tessa Blanchard because she just recently got released. I don't remember her name. Tyra Valkyrie. Tyra Valkyrie.
Good pick.
But I'm not picking that. I already picked Asia Khan, so I'm out of the running. But when it comes to wild card, but just to give you guys ideas of who I think might show up as a wild card, just to make it easier for everybody.
Well, I'm gonna throw a huge wrench into everything, and I'm again probably gonna be totally wrong. My wild card pick for this is actually Gail Kim.
Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! That was my pick, you scumbag.
Well, you can still have the same pick.
There's a reason. Okay, so Case, what is your reason? Because I bet it's the same one as mine. Because it's the idea of
Where the hell has she been the past few years?
Well,
it's
currently she's still contracted to TNA, but then again, freaking Tony Schiavone and MJF are still contracted with MLW while still also being a part of AEW. Contracted.
AEW is not considered a brand. Well, as a actual.
They're not WWE, and they'll let your other people work other companies, essentially.
Yeah.
So, okay. Here's my theory, and here's my reasoning why. If you want to hear where I'm coming from with this,
Please do.
because who the fuck doesn't want to see Awesome Kong versus Gail Kim again?
Such a good friggin' match.
If you bring her in, game over. Game the fuck over if she shows up.
Yes.
Nikos, who's your primary, Nikos, secondary, and wild card pick?
My primary, obviously gonna have to be Brandy Rose, because of course she's the co-owner of the company. Of course she's gonna be announced first. Secondary, I'm gonna say Britt Baker, only because I feel like she's like the type of person that would rise to the occasion. So hopefully she'd come out secondary. And the wild card bonus, I would have to say Awesome Kong.
Oh, for the record, no, Awesome Kong is already in. I'm sorry. Let me explain this. Primary of who will win, secondary of who will win, and wild card that has not been announced yet.
All right then.
I mean, your primary and secondary wouldn't be too far off, though.
Yeah, true.
So I don't think you have to change that. But yeah, a wild card of a person, like just think of like a person that you would think would come in here, like that is currently a free agent in the world of professional wrestling.
Like aside from Awesome Kong,
that
I
hasn't
don't
been
know.
announced. Remember,
This would be a tough one. Oh God, who is the fighters from Fight for the Fallen, the tag team women's fighters? The name is blanking out on me now.
B. Priestley's already announced. I know who you're talking about.
Usually, and the other one.
She's already in a match in the actual show.
Okay, so
card.
that rules them out. I don't know. This.
If you want, I can give you names. So they talked about Gal Kim. There was also another one named Jordan Grace who might make an appearance, or possibly what's her? I just said her name earlier. Tyra Valkyrie, who just got released by Impact.
It's Booker T, sucker.
I guess I'll have to choose Valkyrie.
Okay, there you go. Mike, you already said your wild card. Who's your primary and secondary?
My primary is going to be Sakazaki,
Okay.
and my secondary is going to be Rose.
Nyla Rose, okay.
I do have one question.
Swole, because Big Swole is too goofy of a fucking
Who the
name.
fuck is Big Swole?
She is the wife of Cedric Alexander.
Have we seen her before?
Yeah, Mae Young Classic in WWE last year.
We'll just say it Mae Young Classic last year, kind of sucked.
No, it was not bad. The first one sucked. The first one was awful. But I liked the second one.
I wasn't a fan of either. I was bored. 15%. Pretty much I was fucking
basically until the quarterfinals.
Yeah, I was fucking bored through most of it.
I thought Mako Satomura. Oh, damn it. Why didn't I?
Well, too late now.
You know what? So I picked. Here's the thing. This is different predictions league. I'm gonna at least try to win one belt. So since I have not predicted for the Indy Force, my wild card pick, I'm actually gonna go with Mako Satomura. I didn't even think about her.
Was she just released?
She hasn't even signed with WWE. They didn't even sign her, which shocked me. After her performance in the Mae Young Classic, which shocked the hell out of me. She was like the final boss in that entire tournament.
Wrong. The wild card's Lita. It's gonna be something fucking stupid. Watch.
Oh my God. I hope not. Please.
Well, I mean, there can be multiple wild cards, but you can only have one.
Watch. It's gonna be Lita, and it's gonna be that terrible. The most.
Well, they don't even own the rights to that, so probably not.
They don't have to. They'll make a parody of it. They'll call CFO to make a song, and they'll just straight up rip it the fuck off because that's all they know how to do.
Yeah.
Next up. Now we move on to the main card, which is Best Friends versus the Dark Order. I'm going with Dark
Order. Come on.
We're all going with Dark Order at this point. They shouldn't, because Evil Uno's fucking horrid in the ring. But
for the display that they pulled at Fight for the Fallen,
Stu Grayson was good. Evil Uno was terrible. He was trash. He was absolute trash.
Possibly, yeah.
Like I said, I compared him to Chris Hero nowadays, where he's just gotten fatter, slower, can't move at all.
Kind of like Age of Kong, but mentally.
I'd be fine if he was a manager, but he's a wrestler.
Boys, I'm getting a little sleepy.
Oh, God damn it, Mike! Come on.
I know. I'm sorry. It's been a long fucking day. Do you mind, James, if I fire off my picks for the rest of these?
The card?
Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
Yep. Darby Allin, Riho, Shawn Spears, Kenny Omega, the Lucha Brothers, Hangman fucking Page.
Okay. Anything to plug before you leave or what?
Follow me on Twitter. James will probably put it in the description below.
Yeah, Hell's Warrior 25. All right.
My apologies, boys. I'm starting to feel fucking.
No, of course. It's all right.
I'm starting to feel a little drowsy, I guess you could say.
Yes.
Okay.
That's okay.
So it's kicking
Have a
in.
good night, all right? Get some rest.
All right.
Night.
See you, bro. Peace.
Peace.
Under the title. See you fuckers later.
Out.
Bullshit. All right. Anyway, next match. For us anyway. The triple threat match.
Oh, I didn't even give my.
Oh shit, you didn't. Well,
Oh.
is it Dark
Not-
Order?
No, it's actually Best Friends.
Really? Would you like to give a reason?
What James was talking about. Uno was friggin' trash at Fight for the Fallen. Now, granted, he's had a lot of time to work on it and improve, but unless
Guess what? He won't. He
Okay,
won't.
here's my opinion. He's going to be used like first in like the first half of the match just to build up the momentum for Stu, and then when he tags him in, then it'll just be cleaning house from there.
I think it's
Well,
so dumb. Man.
haven't Best Friends eaten the falls at both of the last two AEW events?
No,
That
they've
is-
won. They've won.
Really?
Actually,
Did they?
yeah, they have not lost a single match yet.
Okay, so I think you're thinking of
And Helico and Jack Evans. You're
Yeah,
thinking of Helico and Jack Evans. This is Trent Beretta and Chucky T.
Oh,
They've been 2-0. I believe they've been 2-0. I think they are 2-0. Yeah, no, they're 2-0 because they won at Fighter Fest as well.
well, shit.
Mhm. Yep.
Fuck it. Can't go wrong with Trent Beretta.
All right, well, we'll see.
Let's
Next
be
up,
honest. Trent Beretta is an incredible worker in the ring.
yes, he is. Now we got a triple threat match. Now everyone's like, why isn't there a hardcore stipulation? Everybody knows it's triple threat, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
No
It's
DQs.
already no
countouts.
DQ, automatic. They're fine. You're gonna
Mhm.
see some weaponry. This is Joey Janela versus Jimmy Havoc versus Darby Allin. I'm gonna go with Mike's pick. I'm going with Darby.
I'm gonna go with Jimmy.
And I will go with Janela.
All right. So
Both-
Mike
I mean,
and
both
of
Jimmy-
course,
Oh,
Darby Allin, yes.
damn it!
he
I didn't
is-
ask. I didn't ask Mike what his pin. Hold on. I actually have to message him real quick. Who's taking
Well,
the
like,
fall in the
can I
triple
give
threat?
my reason for Darby Allin on why he may or may not win?
Yeah, go for it.
Now, with Darby, of course, he's had some pretty good matches, but if you've noticed, sometimes in those matches he's been kind of beaten to shit in most of those matches. But thing is, he has been pulling throughout.
Perfect-
the
yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect
He's
example. The 20-minute draw back at Fighter Fest.
Yeah, he's a hardcore fighter. He doesn't know when to give up. He can just power through even though when he's down. But I feel like Janela probably will have to need this because we haven't seen him progress since Fighter Fest.
Yeah.
So I feel like he needs a win here. As for Jimmy Havoc, Casey, I feel like you should explain this, but what I'll say for Jimmy Havoc, though, yes, even though he has kind of the advantage in height, in my opinion, I don't think he'd really, step up. I mean, granted, he did lose back at Fight for the Fallen, but
And that was a tough loss for him to swallow. He needs,
that was a tough loss.
he needs some momentum back from a booking standpoint, at least in my perspective. I feel like he's gonna take the fall here, and he's gonna pin Joey Janela.
Mike has chosen Jimmy Havoc to take the fall. Darby Allin's going to pin Jimmy Havoc, he said.
Okay.
I'm going with Darby Allin to pin Joey.
And you, Nikos, are picking Joey Janela to win over who?
Jimmy Havoc.
Okay. So regardless of what happens, one of us is getting at least 1 point.
Yeah.
Hopefully, yes.
Some may get 2. We'll see on Saturday.
AKA tomorrow. Well,
Yes.
today, technically.
Well,
AKA
technically today, because they're
fucking-
seeing this today. We're recording.
In fucking 13 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be all right.
We'll
We're
be
almost done, actually. Now we got the match of matches, boys. After
here we
the
go.
events of Fyter Fest, it's Cody Rhodes, and I'm saying Rhodes. Fuck everybody who's like, just Cody. No, it's
Wait, you
Cody
skipped a
Rhodes.
match. You skipped a match.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
you
sorry.
skipped-
Dumb shit. Riho, I'm sorry, I forgot about this match. Riho versus Hikaru Shida. So Riho,
How dare you sleep on Riho?
Riho. Well,
come on.
Well, actually, I'm going against her again. Here's why, though. Because Riho, and she was new, and she won. That's my reason for going with Hikaru Shida. I think she's going to take the win in her debut match.
I would say Riho because, yes, even though she is new, I'm beginning to feel like she has the Luco Lucky type of luck where, yes, she may be beaten down, but somewhere along the line, there may be a roll-up pin, a cash finisher, a submission, whatever. So even when she's low on stamina, low on energy, she might find a way to fight back just for a split second. And from the last match back at Fyter Fest with Riho, it was just very, I was gonna say unusual, but very
Out of nowhere.
yeah, I don't know. Like we underestimated her
And
because she's so small.
And that's the beauty and the lunacy of trying to predict an independent wrestling show, especially one you haven't been able to watch the build-up for. Literally
True.
anything can happen.
Yep.
Of course.
What about you, Case? Who do you got?
I got Riho.
All right. Well,
For pretty much every reason Nikos just said.
We'll see. We'll see. Now we
Yes,
get
we
to the
will.
match that has
Now
been
we get-
Oh, yes. Here we go.
Oh,
Cody
boy.
Rhodes versus Shawn Spears with Tully Blanchard. And apparently Cody, the stipulation for Cody is he can pick who he wants to come out on his side. So,
Spoiler alert, Dustin Rhodes.
yeah, it's probably Dustin. So we're not even going to make a point out of that because it's pretty much unanimous at this point. It's going to be Dustin Rhodes probably.
Yeah.
It'd be really weird if he decided to call out MJF.
Actually,
That would
a
be
lot of
funny.
people are actually saying MJF.
Yeah, because they were really close together.
So close.
That
Yes.
would be funny.
Well, I think a lot of people are saying MJF actually.
I mean,
So-
I can see their logic. I'm just saying the pairing of Cody Rhodes and Max Jake Friedman is hilarious to me because they're like, in terms of their character and where
And
the book
plus,
is going at this point, they're like two complete opposite ends of the spectrum.
Remember in the interview with MJF talking about with Shawn Spears, like, I mean, he's not hoping for one, but maybe he would. I mean, he has a feud with Shawn Spears for what he did to his best friend and best colleague, coworker, whatever you call it. So I don't know. He's just and
here's what I
he
think.
worked with him before at Fight for the Fallen and a
True.
tag team. So maybe during the match, I don't know. Maybe their words will be said or punches will happen, but who knows?
We will see.
And besides, if it's Dustin, I mean, come on, it's too obvious now.
It probably will be, but
Well, the reason I say Dustin, sorry to cut you off, James. The reason I say Dustin is because I actually just saw a picture on Twitter a couple of days ago that Dustin posted in full face paint and getup, which to me says he's ready to be used in whatever capacity at All Out.
Fair enough. Here's where I'm gonna say though, Sean's got to win. Sean Spears has got to win.
Sean absolutely does need a win. And regardless of who Cody brings out, the game changer is absolutely going to be Tully Blanchard. He has been around this business too damn long to not know every trick in the book and how to counter it best. Not to mention, what was that little faction he ran with in the 80s?
Four Horsemen. So
once a horseman, always a horseman.
Yeah, Sean's got to win. Sean's got to win this match.
Sean Spears. I'm going to be rooting for Cody, absolutely. But Sean Spears has to win this match.
Yeah, Sean Spears. As a heel and booking-wise, he has to win. He's too new.
Perfection and punishment.
As for me, I will also stick with Sean Spears on winning because based from Fyter Fest, we all know what he can probably do to Cody, which will unveil a weakness that he has.
And yeah, there we go. So it's pretty unanimous, I think.
Body's renderless, yeah.
Now we got a great match coming up.
Oh boy!
Despite the loss of story, this match is gonna be fucking brilliant.
It's gonna be so fucking good.
This will be brilliant. It'll also be very challenging. I mean, if the roles were reversed, we've kind of a long discussion about this. Let's be real.
Pac versus Kenny Omega. I'm gonna go with Kenny Omega in this. I gotta go with Omega.
Were Jon Moxley still in this match, I would have disagreed, but nah, man. Pac, I believe, is too preoccupied with his role.
He's not even. He's not. Well, a lot of people are actually saying he's gonna take the fall because he lost a Dragon Gate Championship, which is part of the reason why he didn't want to come to AEW as Dragon Gate Champion because he would have lost. And he wanted to keep his undefeated streak gimmick going over there, so. He now that he's lost, I mean, he'll probably take the fall here in this.
Yeah.
Because he's just coming in. This is literally his debut match. So.
Yes. Whereas Kenny Omega had that epic 6-man tag at Fyter Fest.
Who do you got, Nikos?
I mean, originally I was gonna have to say Moxley, but now, based from this, switcheroo, I'm gonna have to go with Pac because he has something that Omega doesn't. He's got the ferocity. He's got the
ferocity. Have you seen Kenny Omega fight Kazuchika Okada?
True, but the amount of stuff that Pac can do, it's pretty amazing. Not gonna lie, you think that he's running low, he's on fumes. No, you thought.
But
then again, it's a brawl for all, basically.
We'll see.
This we got to pick him here for sure.
We'll see. We'll see. I'm gonna go with Kenny Omega's got to win.
He needs this win if he wants to get into the World Heavyweight title picture.
Exactly what I was going with, which we will talk about as we get there. Now we go to the Ladder of Death match, which is a ladder match, by the way.
Just standard ladder match?
Well, I guess it's different, a bit different. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it is a standard ladder match, but because it's the Lucha Brothers, it's the Ladder of Death. Mainly because of Pentagon Jr.
Pentagon Jr. is fucking insane. He's out of his mind.
The Lucha Brothers, who are the AAA tag team champions going in, versus the Young Bucks.
Tag team champions?
I meant to say tag. Shut up. Versus the Young Bucks.
Team.
In a ladder match. Lucha Brothers for me.
I would have to agree with Lucha Bros because it really wouldn't make sense if, titles would be switching back and forth.
The Young Bucks cannot put themselves over here. They have not had a loss yet. They have won the last 3 straight events. They cannot win a 4th.
Right.
Yeah.
They can't.
If they do, then they're just simply just.
They're Kevin
super
Nash and
overpaid.
Scott Hall at that point.
Yeah.
And we all know what happened. We all know what happened last time that worked. How did that work out? Didn't work out too well. In two different companies, mind you.
Yeah, of course.
So, yeah, it's got to be Lucha Bros. Regardless, this match is going to be awesome.
Oh, it's going to be amazing. And I guarantee you, regardless of how it goes, the Young Bucks will be firmly entrenched in the AEW tag title picture come weekly TV.
I agree. Now, we get to the main event.
Oh, by the way, I'm also picking Lucha Brothers.
Yeah, well, you already said that. I think
did I?
Pretty unanimous. Yeah, you did.
Could have sworn I missed that.
AEW's World Championship, the inaugural match to crown the first AEW World Champion, Chris Jericho versus Adam Hangman Page. So I guess I'll go first. I'll explain my reasons. I know a lot of people want Adam Page to win. But here's the problem that you're going to run into if you do this. Adam Page, no casual fan of wrestling knows who Adam Page is. We do because we've seen AEW. But to the casual fan that has not seen AEW yet, they're going to be like, who's this schmuck with the world title?
/ Ring of Honor / New Japan. Yeah.
So you cannot go with him. Jericho has name value everywhere he goes.
True.
He's been all over the world.
Best in the world at what he does, basically.
He is a multi-time WWE World Champion. He's a multi-time
Japan World Champion.
Tag Team Champion.
He has been in so many different audiences.
Jericho is one of, if not the, only men to hold every title in WWE history.
Yeah,
he's a champion magnet. Basically.
He's gold is not magnetic, but it is attracted to Chris Jericho.
So I would so a lot of people.
Yes,
here.
And not only does the AEW World Championship need the name value, Chris Jericho is hotter than he's ever been in any of his heel runs. He is hotter in this heel run now than he's ever been anywhere else he's been.
Yeah.
Because he's unhinged. He can do whatever he wants. He can say whatever he wants, and that's good for him.
Right.
That's the best approach for him.
He's in the perfect spot.
Exactly.
And not to mention, do you really think AEW is going to be stupid enough to not cash in on the Alpha versus the Omega again?
Yeah, no, keep in mind they still have to do the rubber match. They have Omega won the first match in Japan, and Jericho won the second match at Double or Nothing. So whenever they have it, which will probably be at their next pay-per-view, they have to have the rubber match.
Absolutely. Yes. At which point I would say Kenny Omega. But this night, this match, it has to be Chris Jericho.
Because you need eyes on the product.
You need the name value. You need the hot heel. You need the recognition and the prestige of the Lionheart, the OG Lionheart.
Yes.
You cannot go against Jericho. You're going to TNT. The people that watched WCW Nitro back in the day are going to know who Chris Jericho is. The people who have watched WWE know who Chris Jericho is.
They're not going to have fuck all about it, Hangman Page.
Yeah, you need to go with Jericho. Now, that's not to say you cannot have him lose this title in 3 months or whatever your next pay-per-view is. That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm totally fine with that.
Because, and I've made this point in the last predictions that I did earlier. Chris Jericho is a lot like Buddy Rogers, because back in the WWF, as it was known back then, not the WWE.
Worldwide Wrestling Federation.
Buddy Rogers was the inaugural WWF champion. And he only held that for a short period of time before dropping it to a living legend known as Bruno Sammartino. You want to go further beyond that. You look at the Iron Sheik. He was a transitional champion, and he dropped the belt to Hulk Hogan, who went on his long run.
But during that title run, the Iron Sheik was doing some of the best work of his career.
Yes, and a lot of people knew about Iron Sheik. When it comes to TNA, you look at Slammiversary 2008, the highest rated pay-per-view they ever did. Kurt Angle versus Mojo for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship.
Was that their shoot mat exhibition?
Yes. Kurt Angle was the inaugural TNA World Champion, and Joe was the challenger going in. And once Joe beat Angle in that awesome match, that the best match TNA ever had, bar none, other than the ultimate, the three-way at Unbreakable, he became a household name. There's a reason why a lot of people were crying out for him in 2008 for WWE to sign him back then. It's because he was made into a megastar because Kurt Angle put him over in TNA.
And he not only put him over, he put him over like a motherfucker. That
is what Jericho has to be as the inaugural champion. He needs to win this belt and put over Omega in the rubber match of Alpha versus Omega.
Or whoever they decide.
Or whoever they decide. It may not even have to be Omega. It could be Luchasaurus. It could be Cody. It could be Shawn Spears. It could be somebody. But you have to.
You have to have Chris Jericho win this match.
Yeah, in order to get his name recognition right up to whoever he faces. Because once they beat him, they're going to be like, oh, this guy's a big deal. You have to go with it.
Absolutely.
He's got to live up to the promo he cut last time.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, we did not do this in WIW because we had 5 years of story build to explain why not to do it. Here, at least in our minds, it's really the only right choice.
Yeah, because we're not on national TV.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the first ever episode of the Indy Force. I hope you enjoyed. This is going to be a recurring thing. You will see a lot more of these Indy Force videos where we will discuss news about the independence of pro wrestling. We're not doing that now, obviously, because there's just 3 shows we had to predict, and that was going to take a while. But you will see a lot more of these kind of videos with the Indy Force crew. And I hope you guys enjoy. Make sure you hit that notification bell and make sure all notifications are on. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Share this video on Facebook, Twitter, wherever you can. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you leave a comment and tell us what you thought of today's episode. And
if you liked it, if you thought we're idiots, which you're not wrong.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Either way, great.
Or if you want to see some more goofy shit, go on over and watch some other WIW rundown videos or whatever rundown videos we got on Owen's channel, or if you want,
or our channel, Weymouth Youth Wrestling,
youtube.com/user WIW / Pride.
And you guys can obviously subscribe there as well. Make sure you did everything I told you to do for that channel, because we want to try to get Immortal to get 1,000 collective views, so make sure you do that. And speaking of that, Casey, where can they find you?
You guys can find me on Twitter at ctroop19, Luke Lynch on YouTube, Twitch, and if for some reason you still have an account with this website, Tumblr, Luke12Lynch. And yeah.
That's about it. And then what about you, Nikos?
Welcome to the land of insanity.
Hey,
what about you,
want to contact me, go ahead and go. I have a Facebook account. You can go there, ask me as a friend, talk on Messenger. Or, if you want, I can just appear more often on this channel.
And where can they find you on Facebook if you want to promote that?
Basically, just my name, Michael
Nikos. All right. And
you know what else we should promote?
What?
WIW now has officially a Discord server.
Yes, Discord server.
Yes.
I don't know what the name of it is. What is it?
It's just Weymouth Youth Wrestling, as far as I'm aware.
Just Weymouth Youth Wrestling. Search it up, everyone. If not, I'll put a link in the description if you guys want to chat. And we may make an Indy Force subgroup in that chat. With that being said, also, from the Executioner, Michael X, who is not here and had to go to sleep early.
Because it's been a really long friggin' day.
You guys can introduce yourselves out.
Wrestling Encyclopedia Case of Gallagher.
The Lionheart, Mike Nikos.
And the Archangel, J-Hebert side. We will see you next time for the Indy Force, motherfucker. I don't know what to do. What pose do I do? We'll figure it out later. Bye!
We'll figure this out another time.
Peace out, everybody.
Came to bring life, came to get started.